It feels like we're on the cusp of autumn. It's only the end of August, but those autumnal vibes are creeping in already. It's not been a great summer here in England, at least not here in the frozen northwest waste, but I don't mind, because every season has its beauty. And it's beautiful out here today. The leaves are beginning to turn slightly. They dull out, first of all. They lose the shine, dull out, and then start to turn. And that's what they're doing now. And it feels early, but it is coming. The bees are sluggish. The bird song is almost gone for the year. The deer are still out in numbers, grazing between the footpaths that crisscross the fields. The air has lost its fragrance and people are coming out wearing coats and waterproofs, and it's a bit quieter and there's a slight feeling of melancholy in the air. I'm walking under branches now and the leaves are duller. There's not that vibrance about them. Some of them are turning very, very slowly from green to brown. The ground's wet underfoot now. It seems to rain most nights. The summer dust underneath your feet has gone for another year. But it's not all bad. Autumn is a beautiful season. There's always the promise of good days ahead. We quite often have Indian summers when we can revert back to short sleeves. But autumn has made its presence known, just reminding us that we need to start preparing for the dark, long winter months ahead. It's also a gentle reminder to the animals, to the insects, the mammals, the birds, that they need to start preparing for winter as well. Need to start storing food up, needs to start fattening up, putting a layer of fat on to guard them against the cold. The squirrels are still running about, driving Molly absolutely crackers, but even they seem more intent on gathering food. And it's early, it feels early, but I'm sure that's what they're doing. It feels like that's what they're doing. There's quite a few leaves on the ground now, and these leaves are brown and dry, and I'm looking up around me because I'm in a woodland now. And yes, the leaves are turning, I'm convinced of it. September next week. We're a few weeks early. The air is still quite mild, even though when you're out, there's a nip in the air when the wind comes in from the east. But here I'm sheltered in this woodland, and it's mild. And Molly is standing at the other side of a tree just staring at me as if she wants something. And I've also noticed that the birds are roosting earlier in the day. We may soon see the murmurations of starlings, which is always a wonderful sight in the later months of the year. Molly's barking away at squirrels down by the side of the reservoir. Can you hear her? She's having a great time. She's in good spirits. She likes the cooler weather. Puts a spring in her step, which I love. I love to watch her enjoying herself. Each season has its own character. Winter wrings its hands and blows into its fingers to stave off the biting cold. We hunker down and bury ourselves into our hobbies, counting the days until we can turn off the cripplingly expensive central heating again. Spring's eternal, my favourite time of the year, when everything is waking up and the scents in the air are fresh. The animals are waking up and coming alive, and they seem more full of vim and vigour. Birds nesting, young animals, young mammals, young birds fledging and running about in the grass. even the vegetation, even the flora seems to be happy that spring has come round again. I love spring. It's my favourite time of year. Summer comes at last with promises of balmy days when we can all lie out in the grass and stare at the sky with picnics in shirt sleeves with friends. And then it breaks its promise like a corrupt politician. Summer is a bit too warm for me. Summer's a bit too flat. It flattens out the sounds and it flattens out the smells. It takes the vibrance away from the seasons. Summer is a nothing for me. The spring flowers have come and gone. When I was a landscaper, people used to ask me to design gardens and say I want flowers, plants that flower all day, and it was always difficult because spring is great. You can throw anything on the ground and it will bloom and it will be beautiful. The summer months are hot and dry if we're lucky, and flowers seem reluctant to bloom. It's a time of the year that I enjoy. I do enjoy going out in summer, but it holds no magic. It's a pleasure to walk in the warmth. It's a pleasure to see people out enjoying themselves, but it really doesn't hold any magic. It really doesn't have that vibrant character that other seasons have. It's not got that harshness of winter, that hope of spring. And then autumn comes in, when the leaves turn to red and brown and the animals busy themselves getting in stores of food for winter. This is the time we're entering now. I'm walking down an aisle of trees and the leaves are turning. They really are. I can see it. They'll turn brown, they'll turn red, then they'll fall. And we'll be in winter, we'll be walking through piles of brown leaves here. There's brown leaves on the floor already. It's raining slightly, I can hear it in the leaves, and even the rain sounds different. Even the rain sounds as if it's falling on a dry, dead umbrella of branches above my head. And dog walkers out seem to quicken the pace a little, as if it's a chore rather than a pleasure. And they're kind of trying to get it over with so they can get back home and put the kettle on, make a piece of toast, close that door. Think about turning that central heating on, because we're at that time of year now where it can be a bit chilly. But this is the UK. We're a maritime island. And this is what I love about us. 4 seasons in one day. I've been round the sun 70 times, but I'm still in awe of the seasons. Things may come and things may go, but the 4 seasons will go on forever until we all gather one last time at Millieways, the restaurant at the end of the universe. If you know, you know. Thank you, Douglas Adams. We hope everyone has a chilled week. And thanks for joining us today as we just have a little almost melancholy walk through the countryside as the end of the year comes into sight over the horizon. It's no bad thing, it's no good thing, it's another year gone. They'll keep ticking over long after we're gone, and the seasons will come coming round. Spring, summer, autumn, winter, each with their own beauty, each with their own character. It's raining heavy now. I'm under trees, so it's not too bad. But it sounds like autumn. It sounds like autumn. But it's fine. It's beautiful. It's still green. The greenness has a different hue to it. It has an autumn hue. And I'm happy with that. We will see you on the flip. Peace and love. Fall leaves fall, die flowers away, lengthen night and shorten day. Every leaf speaks bliss to me, fluttering from the autumn tree. I shall smile when wreaths of snow blossom where the rose should grow. I shall sing when night's decay ushers in a drier day.